Anyone there? Okay, it says I'm going live again. Getting the stream.
Stories you probably missed this week. That's the right one. Yep.
All right, I think we're gonna do this. Welcome, welcome. If anybody is out there, what I need to do is actually get into that myself.
Yeah, I got it. You can pull up Restream on your browser if you want to.
Where's the rest of my Discord? Oh man, I'm losing it already.
We are live on the right thing though. You're okay.
Cool. Well, welcome everybody, even though I can't see chat right now.
Hey guys.
Anybody who's here, this is Reef. You're watching the IndyLeft news
Hello.
channel. We're going to cover some stories tonight that you probably haven't heard anything about yet. Really excited to do this. It's been a while since I streamed live, though I've been going on a couple shows lately. Independent Left News is an independent site, completely user funded. It's completely fan based, and we are streaming live right now. Don't do that very often, but we've done a couple shows lately, done some appearances over the summertime. Excited to talk to you all today and bring some stories that I don't think you've seen. Sharing my screen right now. Hopefully you can see Reef Breland up in the corner. Reef does audio and video production for KRTD Media. He also runs the Jimmy Dore Discord. Say hi, Reef.
Yep. Hello.
So,
nice to meet everyone. I think we've all met for the most part.
For the most
part. Nicole in chat.
Cool. Yeah. I still don't see my live video. What's going on here? I need to go to Restream. Can I see the Restream?
So you pull up the Restream dashboard on browser. Yeah, if you pull up the Restream browser on your dashboard.
Okay, I've got that.
Like restream.io.
Yeah.
And then the chat should be there. Yep.
Chat. Live. Well, I'd have to go into Live Studio, wouldn't I? Oh, chat app.
No. Yep.
Open in browser. Here we go. Cool. Now I'm going to be able to talk to everybody. So, wanted to go through some of the stories in the Substack. Substack is the cut down version daily of leftist.today. Of Independent Left News. It's called leftist.today. It's also at independentleftnews.substack.com. And just wanted to show you what that looked like. Do want to go through, got about 5-6 stories picked out that I don't think anybody's really covered. And if they have, I don't think they've covered it from this angle yet. So that's why I decided to go live and show these stories.
And I made sure to not look at them so I can be ignorant and you can do some explaining.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So Reef actually produced the U.S. Solutions Summit, which I directed. And newsletter's been running for about 1.5 years. Hey Bones, how are you? Welcome on Twitch. Thanks for checking out the stream. We are going to go through a couple stories tonight. So the first one is a lot of fun. A lot of it is dealing with climate change and also with corruption and following the money and all the things that we usually cover in Independent Left News. Not going to go through any videos today. It's just going to be straight news stories. I haven't really seen enough attention paid to these articles in the videos that we've seen. So hopefully this will give me another thing to share in tomorrow's newsletter and in the Substack. So first article you can see as I'm sharing, hopefully, and you'll be able to see flip over.
Yeah, if you can move your tweet, there you go.
Comes out of Truth Out.
CEOs got bonuses while workers struggled during the pandemic.
Right.
Wait, you mean to tell me CEOs do better than the people who make those CEOs money?
Yeah, I know this is a shocker, but it's like the gluttony. Crazy. The gluttony is off the charts. So the Center for this is actually from the Center for Public Integrity that came through Truth Out.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Center for Public Integrity did this whole article, unbelievable, long one. And again, what they talked about here is the staggering amount. Okay, in the 80s, CEOs made 45 times the median worker. Okay, but the escalation has just gone off the charts. And looking at the compensation at the 350 largest public firms in the country, though their findings don't specify which companies had the widest pay differences, CEO Fran Horowitz at Abercrombie and Fitch made 6,565 times more money than the company's average employees. Chipotle, the Gap also reported massive pay gaps. Kind of funny, the Gap had the pay gap, right? So, I mean, this is just unreal. And then Truthout's take on
Yeah.
it. I don't believe they just republished the entire article. They might have. Okay, here's the report by the AFL-CIO. You've got reflection of their skills and market value. Why are they making so much? It's completely crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's, what they do, right? Make sure, workers get nothing so you don't have overhead on labor and, you know, same
Right?
stuff.
Right? We're
While also yelling about how they pay too much in taxes and,
Here you
you
go.
know,
CEOs at the largest publicly traded companies earned on average 351 times as much as a typical worker in their industry. Okay, now that is the
yeah,
left-leaning economic policy institute, but that is the largest gap since
yeah,
the market
numbers are
bubble
numbers.
peaked. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, looking at the numbers and this was due to COVID. All the wealthy got wealthier, and the poor suffered and starved. Now the
Yeah, on top of what
analysis
they were
itself,
already doing.
yeah.
Yeah,
So the analysis itself is a long document. Okay, talking about just how much it's skyrocketed since 1978, and there's a really in-depth 18-page article with references and acknowledgments. I mean, really, and you can see exactly who wrote this: Lawrence Michel and Jory Kandra from the Economic Policy Institute. And this is a
right,
pretty reputable. Now, I have not gone through this entire thing, but talking specifically again, Truthout picked out a couple of good points, or whoever the Center for Public Integrity pulled out a couple of points from that report, published it. Truthout grabbed it, and we put it in
right,
Independent Left News and shared it in the August 22nd edition on August 22nd, um, in the leftist today. This
right.
is hard to watch. What's making it hard to watch? Twitch it better?
Oh
Is it
no.
choppy? Oh, they're getting buffers. Oh shit. That's not
Yeah, it
cool.
might be your go to your settings right there in your bottom right of OBS. Let's see what your streaming's at. You
No.
don't want to do that then.
No, I don't want to do that. It's using up 21% of my CPU, which is a pretty substantial amount.
Which is fine. It might just be your upload speed limiting things.
Could be.
Go to your output.
Settings, output.
Yeah. Look at so we're at audio bitrate 40 output modes. So instead of simple output mode,
Hmm.
right, which we can't change because you're going, I think. Um, Look at stream, please. Go over to stream and take a look at it, please.
That's just the
No,
key.
that's fine. Video down one.
Hmm.
Okay, 60. We might have to change that to 30.
Okay. All right. I think we're just gonna keep going for now, and if we have to grab it off of Twitch, we'll grab it off of Twitch. Um. All right. Well, that's pretty much again the gluttony and ridiculousness of CEOs and how they got incredible bonuses and pay gap. This is just yet another example of the pay gap, but I didn't see anybody cover this specific report or this specific article anywhere. Now, one that has been covered in a couple of areas, but really they've focused on just the top article. And
Yeah.
I highly recommend everybody subscribe to Politify. I think it is a paid newsletter for Robbie Yeager, but so worth it, and he does such incredible work. I'm getting something popping up somewhere from Streamlabs, StreamYard, Stream whoever. I don't know what that is, but thank you whoever that is, whatever that is,
Mm,
or if that's a chat or somebody subscribed. Thank you.
might
Huh.
be. Appreciate it.
Getting pinged all over. Yeah, thanks for that. Um,
Where is no? I forget how to go to the chat thing on mine. But I'll figure
yeah,
it out.
now for
Keep
some
going. You were
reason,
saying?
no. So the close fundraising battle, here it is, Democrats and Republicans, and how much they've raised combined. Okay, so the DNC, DCCC, and the NRCC, NRSC, where they are raising money, and actually they're pretty much neck and neck. um
Right.
53 to 58,000 for the senatorial ones, 81,000 to 86,000 for the congressional ones, and the RNC has raised 97,000 to the DNC's 100,000 year to date. 100 million, sorry.
Right.
So you could, again, the money is coming in on both sides. But he also talks about Ro Khanna's finances, which reflect near total divestment from defense and oil, but some problematic investments remain. Okay. Seeing that he owns stock in Apple and Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, between he and his wife. Um, okay, again, seeing as how Silicon
Alphabet.
Valley is his district, right? Okay,
Yeah.
several holdings that would clash with many progressives. Man, I wish I could see what these things were on stream. Maybe I'll go to
What?
Twitch.
What? Oh, the StreamYard stuff.
Yeah, or Stream Labs, whatever is happening. Something keeps like, bling. I'm getting like some kind of an alert here. Let me go to my Twitch dashboard. Maybe I can see
Discord
it
or
there. No, it's coming from the
maybe might
stream
be
itself.
Twitter too.
It's
Gotcha.
just funny. Managed stream.
Don't know.
Let me see what's going on here.
Might be your Kofi or your
Yeah, I think
whatever
it's either the
come up, and I might be
Kofi
over
or
top of it maybe.
yeah, I don't know. It's not. Yeah, you could be over top of it exactly. Uh, Let me move you down below that so that I can see it if that does happen.
Yeah, and
But I should
just
have
in
seen it
case if that
flying
is the
up.
case.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's a couple
I
of
did.
new followers. It looks like. No, thank you, appreciate. Now I can see my Twitch dashboard. Nice, that's cool. Okay, Bones is in
Nice.
there. Radical Leftist Agenda. Nicole, hi everybody. Everybody's kind of watching on Twitch. It looks like. Don't be a dick. That's my chat
We can
rules.
set up some Streamlabs things to bring that up in on screen too.
Yep,
We just
yep.
gotta set that up.
I'm getting some
But
kind of a Twitch alert though. So, getting back to Ro Khanna and his finances and his portfolio, which doesn't everybody want to have their stock portfolio just laid out right in front of everybody? Hey,
yeah, I
you
mean,
want to be
right
a
in front
public
of you.
official, I guess that's what you have to deal with, right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that it just shows how like connected Brana is into the establishment standards, right? Like, that he's definitely like. I mean, we talked about it on Crystal and Kyle, I think, recently about well, we might have to hold our vote on something. It's okay when because your bank account looks like you won't do that for a minute, you know. So,
It's pretty
but yeah, I mean
unbelievable.
Johnson and Johnson,
Right. He's
like
got pharmaceutical. They've got pharmaceuticals. They've got defense. Not as much defense
mhm,
though. But now they've gotten rid of all
DuPont,
of that, and now Nvidia is about to take a huge pop. Twitter it has
yeah,
been losing money, but Salesforce has done tremendously well. They probably don't have very much of that. Facebook, decent amount. Amazon has, again, some of these stocks, if they've had them for 8 to 10 years, have just had tremendous appreciation and growth, especially Apple, Amazon, Microsoft. And Facebook too. I mean, even in the last 5 years, Facebook stock has gone 5x at least. It's pretty unbelievable, and the haves are able to invest in this, and that's part of the problem is that there are plenty of people that are not profiting. Is contributing to Facebook making that money, but only several
yeah,
people, only a handful are actually able to benefit from it. So several holdings again clashing from the standpoint of Medicare for all, for sure. Other pharmaceuticals, so they have Pfizer, DuPont, up to $500,000 each. So this is a really again, no surprise that you've got another wealthy congressperson. Tons of okay, so you've got Ro Khanna and his finances, and then of course you've got the Nancy Pelosi and her husband Paul investing in a hotel acquisition. All right, now this is unreal.
Yeah.
And I saw this storm and this tweet storm. All right, so that he's buying into between quarter of a million and $500,000 in this real estate investment vehicle. All right, and then he keeps growing and growing and continuing to increase his investment. But now they're also going to be investing in hotels in Arkansas and Phoenix and Lakeland. And all in all, including the 5 hotels, the Pelosi's will have stakes $500,000 to $1 million in 2 LLCs, through which she will have partial ownership of 25 different hotels across the United States, 8 of which will be in Texas. Who's talking about this? A couple of people have been
not
talking
anyone
about,
that I mean,
except Robbie.
I've seen Yeager mention some of this on Twitter, and it's I mean, Robbie brings numbers up people don't want to look at, so you know, unfortunately, it's from someone who's supposed to be there for us, but
And he is, but he's also
yeah,
profiting wildly at the same time. Now, if he's using that against the system, great,
for
but
sure.
he's probably padding his retirement account with a lot of that, which, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the 10,000 shares of Slack is because there was an acquisition where Slack was actually bought by Salesforce, where they could have either exchanged it for shares of Salesforce, which they already hold, or take a cash payout, which it appears they did, and that was pretty substantial. And I'm sure they made a nice profit on their Slack shares, because I'm guessing that Roe probably got into 10,000 shares much earlier on. We feed them, right? Bones, we feed them. Love it. Welcome, Luigi. How you doing? Okay, cool.
Luigi.
All right, and then
Shout out the mods of At Door Discord. Luigi
yes, yes, Luigi, also the mod of the Independent Left.gg Discord,
and
which
Kriggs.
which if
My
you
boy
guys aren't in
Kriggs.
now, I think
All the mods
everybody
in
in this
there.
stream right now is. But anyone watching, Independent Left.gg is like a shopping mall of leftist content. Tons of tweets, articles, YouTube videos coming in real time from everyone that you know and love into a dedicated channel for about 120 different outlets, streamers, journalists, comedians, YouTubers, you name it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the third piece from Robbie here is again this major liberal dark money group receiving an anonymous $80 million through Fidelity Charitable, and talking about how it's become problematic that these charitable trusts are being used to now buy ads and funnel dark money into political filings. So, donor
Yeah.
advised funds allow their clients to remain anonymous by way of their structure. When you donate, you get the benefit of the write off, although you have to wait an undetermined amount of time before you actually direct it to an actual charity. Okay, if you let the money sit,
Okay.
it'll accumulate interest. Here's the sticky part, especially when it comes to dark money. When you do decide to move your funds, the donation is made in the name of the institution through which your donation is maintained. In the new venture fund's case, it's
Okay.
Fidelity Charitable, giving the donor an extra layer of confidentiality. So the
Yeah.
80
So
million,
it's
yeah,
it's laundered twice.
it's doubly washed. So you've got to do even further digging on through a new venture fund, okay,
Like
nonprofit
what?
firm.
Like what your like what our sponsors NordVPN do. No, I wish we had
Yeah, we got no sponsors.
NordVPN sponsoring. No
We don't take
sponsors
sponsors.
yet. You
No, we don't
know.
take sponsors.
But yeah, it's like how a VPN changes your IP 3 or 4 times. Like, you know,
Right. Usually
plugs through a
using
bunch of
1630
places.
fund.
Yeah.
Okay. New venture fund also got significant funding
And it
from. Bill Gates. Data reviewed by
Oh,
Politify
fun.
shows. How wonderful is that, right? So
Everyone's favorite chair jumping weirdo.
19.5 million
You
from the
know?
Gates Foundation last year. Again, all these charitable trusts and these charitable foundations, which are funding what exactly? Dark money juggernaut.
I
Acts as the
mean, dark
parent group to the
money. Yeah, sure.
1630 fund. And what does the 1630 fund do? They invest in, they spend money on ads.
Yeah.
Here,
They're a
Sierra
pack, essentially, right?
There you go. Sierra Club Foundation, 34 million. Planned Parenthood and Environmental Defense Fund, 24 million. And they're all receiving these donations through Fidelity. Okay. Bradley Impact Fund also received nearly $8 million in anonymous cash, as did the Center for American Progress. All right. Indivisible brought in nearly 5 million, make the road just over 4 million. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Everybody should be subscribing to this newsletter. To Robbie Receipts, we call him, because he finds the money, and I always hashtag him whenever he posts an article like this. Hashtag find the money, follow the money. That's what he's doing. Graham Elwood, follow the money, find the truth. Right.
I, I
That's
I just want to know, why do we have to shave our knuckles for justice? Like,
I
you
don't want to
know?
shave my knuckles for justice. I'm not shaving my knuckles. Why does it say KRTD News? That's weird. Okay, I think it fixed it when we put in the other
Don't
stream
know.
key. Okay, I
Yeah,
got an
we
email at
fixed it
first,
when we
but
did
we
that.
fixed it. Cool. Oh, cool. So, next story is a wonderful one. Again, unless you're living in Tennessee, I haven't heard anybody talking about catastrophic flash flooding killing 22 people and disappearing 50 people. Um,
That's
wow.
craziness.
That's absolute
I mean,
craziness.
this is
Why?
from the storm coming in, or yeah.
Yeah, in a report published by the Associated Press, one resident discovered that her friends had perished in the flooding, approached the governor and told him, I thought I was over the shock of all this. I'm just tore up. Yeah, the house is nothing. My house is nothing, but my friend is gone. Oh my God. Humphreys County, rural area, was hit with 17 inches of rain in less than 24 hours.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Images of the aftermath show what appears to be a war zone. Homes and businesses decimated, overturned vehicles. 50 missing people. This
When
was
when
on
was this? This is today.
23rd of August. So this was 4 or 5 days ago. I have not seen
Yeah.
any updates, any information about this. Okay, extreme weather events are not merely natural disasters, and because of it, they're basically blaming people as for accelerating climate change, knowing
Oh yes.
what we could be doing
Yep.
and to stop it, and we're not. Um, just a terrible story. There's not much to be said or to add to this one. Just didn't know if anybody knew that there was 17 inches of rain that was dumped in Tennessee to the point where it killed 22 people and left another 50 missing and washed away parts of a town, which is pretty insane. Um,
See, I like Nightbot putting all the links and stuff in there. You know,
oh, that's
that's
cool.
nice.
Yeah, Nightbot doing
Uh,
that. Woo!
yeah,
Robbie Receipts, he's the
robots
man.
doing our stuff.
See, I'm not
Images
looking
of
at the YouTube.
aftermath show the physical
I
war
can't see
zone.
any YouTube chat. Is
Yep.
anybody in YouTube chat?
Yeah, we've had a few, Nicole and stuff. They're chilling out.
Oh, cool. Oh, you know what?
They're
Now I
doing
got
it
it.
up.
I got it right here. Nice.
Yep.
Hi, everybody.
You
Tony,
got
what's
Reese
up,
in
man?
chat.
Cool. No, I have a YouTube chat live on popped up on my screen. Now you see it.
Yep.
Cool. So this is actually a good story from a phenomenal publication. Okay, so I didn't mention the publication that had this, which is WSWS, World Socialist website. Excellent resource, excellent site for certain specific topics, in my opinion. They are number one when it comes
Yep.
to labor. I mean, they are always taking the worker side, and they're providing uh, to the point where they're almost too biased for the worker, which is fair, and they need at least somewhere they can have somebody that's in their corner. Um, but at the same time, every single deal that's ever struck with a union between the union and a company is a sellout deal. It's always a sellout, sellout, sellout deal. Every single title is the sellout deal. Never accept the sellout deal, and usually they accept the sellout deal. Um, they also do some great work on climate change. So when it comes to labor and it comes to climate change, I rely on them. When it comes to COVID, they seem to be like a canary in the coal mine. I think they're a little more alarmist than the average bear, but I think in some cases for good reason. Thank you for whoever that is. If you're supporting the stream or signing up, subscribing, that's really cool. Um, so they do some excellent work. But finally, I wanted to get to not finally, but next, I want to get to a really, really awesome story from Common Dreams, which is a phenomenal publication. You can see they need help with from donations, and they are fully user supported, user funded. In my opinion, they have the best collection of writers out there on any website. Um, and there's a few really good ones, but I just happen to really think that these guys are high quality. So Julia Conley is one of their writers. Again, this is a story I didn't hear anybody talking about. Court restoring voting rights to 55,000 former felons in North Carolina. That's
Right.
huge. You know,
Yeah,
these
it is.
people, they serve their time. You know, they should they should have it. Again, can't allow they're going to
Sure.
Republican to gerrymander. Okay, voting rights advocates applauded it's for taking a first step in restoring voting rights. Superior Court voted 2-1 in a surprise move to restore rights to 55,000 people who had been incarcerated for felonies. And it would terminate a state law which bars people from voting if they're still on probation, parole, or a suspended sentence. This was in the August 24th evening edition of Leftist.today and IndependentLeft.news, or IndyLeft.news, as Ron Placone says.
Yep.
So, Republican lawmakers in the state vowed to appeal the decision promptly, of course. Advocates who've been working to fight disenfranchisement celebrated. So, there's still a long way to go. ACLU is in support of it. Again, people who've already served their
Right.
time, you can see a couple of tweets from people who were in support of
Yeah, for
it.
sure.
Again, so there's a lot of doom and gloom and a lot of negative stories out there. There are some good things that are happening in limited, occasional places, and happy to see it and include it wherever I can. And okay, so this is again just like a Getty Images stock photo of somebody voting.
Yeah.
So, will 55,000 votes swing a county?
It,
Will it swing an election? I don't know, but
oh, I mean, I think so. I mean, if they're all like motivated to go do it, you know, that's the thing. If they had someone willing to vote for, they definitely would, or
well,
to
I
get
guess
out and vote
in a
for it.
statewide election, like if you're talking about for
Yeah.
governor or senator, more locally,
Yeah.
I don't know if you split that up over all the counties and all the different districts that they have in North
For
Carolina,
sure.
how much of that would really amount to. But the biggest and most important thing is that Americans who deserve the right to vote are getting their vote restored after they've served their time legally, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all
Well, it reminds me of
citizens,
that
as
Chris
Eric Thomas
Hedges,
says, deserve the right to vote. Yep. Welcome to the stream.
the
Hopefully, it's not too choppy.
the book, the Chris Hedges book that he had about the Harvard inmates going against the, forget all the things in that. I know Jimmy had a thing on it today, right? Where, or put out the video on it today, where it was like, essentially, I know Chris has talked about like the smartest people he's met were like his students at the jails and stuff. So
Right.
good for them, you know, good
Yeah.
for them for getting to vote.
Yep.
So
Yep. restoring voting rights is
Usually they
always
know where problems are because they ran head first right into those problems. So, you know,
cool. Stream coming in
but
fine. Good. I'm glad.
yeah,
Another
I think
World
I
Socialist
checked
website one. Again, we're talking
April.
about labor. 7,000 toll truck drivers to strike over pay and conditions. And I think they
And
may
these
have
are the
settled
long
this.
haul. Yeah, they
This is the
probably have. But I know when I read it, it was the people who do the big train lines in Australia. You know,
right,
when I seen this story like on Twitter.
right. So the
So
Transport Workers Union, okay, threatened a strike. Okay, over 94% of the trans working union members voted in favor of industrial action. So this was for pay increase. They're looking for better working conditions,
one
and
and a half percent, two
well, that's
percent
what they
each
were
year.
offered, right?
Yep.
Right. So in real terms, 3% is a pay cut, right? Given that they had a 3% rise in the CPI, right, for the year to June 30th. So now 3% again. That's going to be considered a sellout deal, even at 3%. Um,
I
Tolls
mean, I'm
back
just gonna be like, give
down,
me 80%. You know,
right, right. So the
you just
question
come in
is,
hot.
has this? Let's take a look and see if this is toll truck drivers strike. Because I remember they told they were like announcing like, hey, citizens, you guys get a better like prepare for this and like stock up on toilet paper and durable goods and canned goods. Okay, they a strike over pay, 24-hour national strike by truck drivers, crisis talks. So it was a 24-hour planned walk off. I see.
Gotcha. That's smart. The walk offs are good because it's like, they're not like it's slowly it happens, right? So you get more time to actually uh stall things,
So here's a Business
So
Insider Australia update to the article that they did walk off the job as negotiations break down. Said so they did not cave. They did go on strike. Pull the handbrake for 24 hours.
geez, sounds good to me. More of it. Eric Thomas says the nurses in Worcester have been on strike for months now. So this
You
plus
know,
the
Eric.
Nabisco strike and
You know, Eric. You know, Eric. You got me beat because that was my next story. That's really funny. Good stuff, bro. Yes, the nurses strike, longest nurses strike in a decade, and not enough people are talking about this. So they are so since the writing, they are re-entering negotiations based on informal reports. It appears that they're getting closer to winning a winning contract, although exact details aren't clear. They want to return to work, right? The nurses definitely do want to return to work, but they want to do so safely and without concessions on their demands. Unreal. 700 striking nurses at St. Vincent Hospital. Contract expired over a year ago. 160 days on the picket lines. What are these people doing? Well, the company is making hand over fist cash, right? St. Vincent Nurses, Massachusetts Nurses Association took it to the headquarters of Tenet Healthcare. Well, I just wonder how much Tenet Healthcare made last year in light of the pandemic. I guarantee you it's a bundle.
I'm a bet $1 billion.
It probably is even
Um,
more than that. Oh, look at that. Did you
More than
set up
that.
Nightbot?
Yep.
Did you set that Nightbot up? Or did I?
I think I made you set that up,
That,
and you
that,
complained the whole time. Why
nice.
do we need this? Why is it good?
Nice.
You
Good
know.
shit. Good stuff. Escalate the
But
strike. Okay. We stand in solidarity with the nurses of St. Vincent's 100%. Tenet Healthcare, greedy bastards. Um, What does the CEO of Tenet Healthcare make? I guarantee you it's a pretty penny. So recently voted to authorize a strike, right? This is okay. Other nurses at Tenet-owned hospitals, and that was back in July. I guess they have to go through a whole process in their union, and I don't know what happened there. I'll have to follow up on that story. Tenet Healthcare, all these health organizations. Again, so Lauren Elizabeth is another writer that I cover a lot in Independent Left News, Leftist Today. She actually is a nurse's aide in a believe a senior care facility in upstate New York. And she organized her coworkers and went to their boss and talked about getting a pay raise. And they found out that some of the other people were making more than they were. And they were like, this is insane. This is crazy. And confronted the boss. And they ended up getting like a big apology and everybody got a big pay raise. And it's like one of those actually like feel good stories to a point, but it took somebody else telling somebody else and somebody finding out in order for that to happen. But yeah, you've got the longest nurses strike in a decade happening. Oh boy, Rob Yeager with a breaking update. What's this? Somebody's finances, somebody's something.
Breaking news.
We'll jump over to Twitter in a second because this is actually the ending of the strike. Okay, because they are in negotiations. We got to follow up to see where they are. This is every neighborhood in Worcester, right? The MNA, along with other unions, should be organizing mass canvassing in every neighborhood in Worcester, so they know not to cross the line until the nurses win the fair contract.
Right.
God, 39 nurses across Boston and Worcester had week-long strike over safe staffing and benefits in which St. Vincent's nurses attended. Picket lines were strong. Unfortunately, the weekend pickets were canceled because too many nurses needed to work their second jobs. True indictment of the horrible healthcare system, the fact that they even have second jobs. And look at this. So, for them to win, we need secondary strikes at the tenant-owned hospitals in California, and we need local unions to withhold their labor from the hospital. So, any strike breaker coming to replace them should be met with fierce community opposition. Healthcare is not a commodity, but a human right. 100%. Healthcare is a human right.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something dangerous, and I'm going to open up Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
Don't worry, I'll keep you safe.
I have no idea what we're about to see.
Careful of your messages.
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
Watch that pop up. See who that's coming in from. But I really am most interested in seeing this Robbie tweet. Wow, this is so slow. What's happening, Twitter?
Also, your internet's going to like 8 different places. So.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is that I'm definitely using up bandwidth, but I have pretty decent bandwidth normally, so kind of surprising.
Or so they would like you to believe.
Robleto fire, come on. Yes, yes. Go there. Go there.
Ding.
Go there. Come on. Wow. Let's close some windows out, shall we?
Yeah, that would probably help. Now that we've got through all those, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. Whoa, now I'm spinning. Okay, buffering. Use low latency toggle under the advanced menu. What?
What?
Ah.
What?
Okay, this thing is just...
You're looking for the Jaeger treat?
Here it is. Here it comes. Breaking update to the Gates Foundation grant database. Wow, here we go. How timely, Mr. Politify Man. This makes Gates election year contribution to
the worst superhero.
He's a great superhero because he finds the dirt.
Politify, man. New
Gender
venture fund,
equality,
gender
$50 million
equity.
to the new venture fund. An
That's funny.
823 update to the grant
Committed
database.
account 50. Jesus. That's a lot of zeros.
On August 11th, he reported 19.5 million. New Venture is the parent
Nice.
organization of the dark money group 1630 fund that dumped 60 plus million into pro dem super PACs in 2020. This is what's being used to bribe our officials. Under the division of gender equality. Yes, that is dividing gender equality for sure. So those were all
E.
the
Thomas on Twitch asking if we see the messages.
E. Thomas. I do see the
I do
messages
at
here on
least.
Twitch. Hey, Eric. I do see that there too. So one of the other articles that I grabbed, and again, this is so freaking slow.
Yep.
This is pretty insane. A 21-year-old American who now lives in Turkey told the Wall Street Journal that he breached 50 million people's accounts at T-Mobile.
Oh, cool. What do you do? Put 123456 into all the passwords and boom.
Names, dates of birth, social security numbers, and personal ID numbers. Now being
Okay.
investigated by the Seattle FBI.
Oh,
Wow. T-Mobile security breach. So here's the Axios report from August 18th when
must be I'm
T-Mobile
not
had to
on
report this.
T-Mobile.
No
Yep.
bueno. Yep. Glad I'm not on T-Mobile. 7.8
Mm-hmm.
million postpaid customers were also affected. Wow. No phone numbers were compromised, but your social security numbers might have been. Oh, prepaid customers. 850,000 active prepaid customers. That's good.
Crazy.
Yep. So that's one of the two stories that I also had like as a bonus. And then the other one, which of course again is no surprise, and we're following the money and we're corporate greed. This has to do with the eviction crisis and the another Common Dreams article. Jake Johnson, who to me is like the Michael Jordan of Common Dreams. He's absolutely the leader of the team, one of the best out there. Love his stuff. By striking down the CDC's eviction moratorium, the Supreme Court sided with rich corporate landlords that are itching to kick out the vulnerable families. Yeah, not a surprise. But a new report provided exclusively to Common Dreams by the government watchdog group Accountable.us shows that large corporate landlords have reported strong or stable earnings to investors in recent months as millions of people across the U.S. worried about losing their homes. How is that possible if people are unable to pay their rents? All right. This one collected 97% of its expected residential revenue in Q1 and pulled in over $2.5 billion in rental income, even with the moratorium in place. Now, part of that I think has to do with the fact that government gave out a bunch of stimulus money in the first half of the year. But
Yeah.
Equity boosted its CEO's pay by over $1 million to 7.6 million. That's Equity Residential, an investment firm representing over 20% of the REIT market, the real estate investment trust market.
Right. That was
So
a mouthful.
yeah, this is a mess. Um, yeah, what's getting attacked by bugs? Kyle Herrig, president for
No, not the bugs.
Accountable.us, told Common Dreams, striking. Yeah, this is the deal. Okay. they're itching to kick out vulnerable families, even as they boasted about strong performance and boosted their CEO's compensation substantially. It's it's what are we gonna do about this? How are we? All these people are gonna be
I
kicked out
mean,
of their
I say
homes.
we go back to those. uh, I mean, I say tomorrow, Corey Bush and AOC are going to be out on those steps again, right?
I right. Well,
You
right.
know,
That's what we expect.
I mean, if not at Franco, you know, I'm sure there's still a spot still warm for you over there.
Huh.
Um, you
Now let's
know,
see if that swung over yet.
Franco. I'm sure plenty of people from DC will show up. You know,
Nice.
did it? Who else is over there? The DC
Colin
spot.
Collins over there.
Yep.
Josh Davis is over there. I don't know if Josh is here in the stream. If he's
Yep.
here, what's up? Good to see you. Lee Camp is in the DC area, I believe, as well.
Yep.
So just to name a
Yeah, they should
few,
just show up, man.
right?
Just show up, get that sleeping bag. Someone brings some marshmallows, and you know,
Well, unless they're invited
like,
guests of Congress, though, they're not going to be able to stay on the steps of Capitol Hill, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I mean,
they
but
have
if
to
you have
be
enough people, it's very difficult to move them.
they have to be guests of
Um,
the Congresswoman in order to be able
sure.
to be there. They're going to
I'm
be
sure. I'm sure she wouldn't want to seem like she was avoiding the progressive base on this particular issue. You
well.
know.
Well, she spent
So
5 days out there already. That's I think what but
sure.
like Colin said, so what now? Now especially now that the Supreme Court struck down the moratorium, like is Congress going to actually do anything to try to pass something? I mean, you do have democratically controlled
Probably
House,
not.
democratically controlled Senate. Both of them are both going to be in session, right? So they could theoretically, I think, try to get something passed. Maybe I I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
no
know.
clue either. I mean, right now, mutual aid for people who need it is probably our best efforts right now, as well as, I think again, getting on those steps and, making yourself a nuisance there so that at least you're, heard by people who have to get to work that day, you know. Um,
And today I know that there was a protest in front of Richard Neal's house, and I know Sharif protested out there from the March for Medicare for All and from the Red Berets. So we're already
yeah,
taking action to mount protests, but that's not going to help the millions of people that are about to be kicked out of their homes. Yeah, mutual aid channels, mutual aid networks, supporting churches, donating to wherever we possibly can, um, and donating time as well, excess extra food, canned goods, clothing. People are going to need it, and it's just it's it's sad, but and the worst part is that it's completely avoidable.
yep, yep. I mean,
Yep.
it to me, it should have been avoided from it. We shouldn't have ever had to. There shouldn't have been a problem, you know. Like, to me, it should have been. We should have been getting 4,000, you know, 4,000 a month every month since the pandemic started, and most places would have been fine, you know. So, but yeah, I no clue, like, no clue why it's so hard for us to like get anything heard, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Craigs, welcome, Craigs.
but what's up, Craigs?
Craig's in the chat. Craig's one
Oh,
of the mods for the Jimmy Dore Discord, which Reef runs. As a fan, just
yep,
decided nobody had a
he's
Discord for Jimmy Dore, and here it is.
yep, put it together. I mean, this is the kind of thing you got to do. Like, if you don't see that it's being done, you might as well do it yourself because who else is,
Yep,
you
and
know?
you can
So
find that link if you go to @Door Discord on Twitter. I believe there's a permanent link Discord if you're not in it already. That's a good time.
in the bio, yep,
Nice.
yep. And you can also
Nice.
find it at Indy's Discord at IndyLeft.gg. Isn't that what it is?
It's actually IndependentLeft.gg. I haven't swung everything over and bought all the
Right.
IndyLeft stuff yet. I just don't have
Gotcha.
I have the IndyLeft.com, but that only goes to the main website. But the
Yep.
IndependentLeft.gg is the permanent link to get to the Discord, or you can always go to IndependentLeft.media, and that is the link tree for all the links to find Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, etc. And if I go back to this right here, I can actually turn on the links.
Yep.
Let's there they are, and let's turn them all on. Let people see the links that we set up. Boom, 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 boom. There they all are. So you can see what Substack
Yep.
is. We're even on Telegram. I publish
Find that
on Telegram twice a day.
Telegram.
Anybody wants to
Yep.
support the stream, I'm
Everything
on.
twice a day.
Hey, Darlene. I'm on Cash App. Oh, let's make Darlene a mod. Let's give Darlene the wrench.
The wrench. Toss me a wrench. That might be in Twitch. We seem to be, I think.
Eric,
Well,
I'm
maybe that was
responding to your
Discord.
chats. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you just messaged me in Discord to say that I'm not responding. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see. No, I wasn't looking at the dashboard in Twitch.
Yep.
Don't think there's been enough on the 46 billion rent assistance passed by Congress that's barely been distributed. Yeah, 7%. Only 7%. David Dayen did have a good write up about that. Yep. I did see that, and that was in one of the newsletters. And yes, that it's pretty unbelievable. That is it that people are not applying for the money? Is it that it's not actually I don't understand how it's not getting to the people. I think they just don't know how to file for the assistance in some ways.
That too. But it's also just call the landlords and do it for them.
Right. And
I'm sure they'll take the money.
Is that also for mortgage relief and not just rent relief? I'm not sure.
Probably a little bit of both. I mean, yeah,
Oh,
but does that go to things like, cool. Does it go to like Section 8 before it goes to like, that kind of stuff? Like what are they deeming rent assistance?
Yeah.
But anyway, I have a 1 minute, 4 second boats crashing into other boats.
Well, that was your deal. If you're coming on stream, that you do get to watch boats crashing into other boats.
Boat crashing into other boats.
That is what you get.
Or at least something in the same vein.
Sure.
Something not political, because everyone needs something on top of it. All right. So if you want to pull up your what is it? The R2 with like my big screen. Remember?
Yes.
Which one is that?
No, that's not
watching
it. No, that's
other
your
one.
screen.
This one, and then I do this.
Hey.
I hit my button. So this is the best way to slice your watermelon. Okay? Everyone's got to learn this technique. It's super effective.
This is so choppy.
Super effective. Yep. Give it a second and it'll play. There you go. So he's cutting the outside of it, right?
Why don't I hear sound?
Then the thing just pops off. There's no sound to it. Well, there's some. Here.
Oh, I like that watermelon.
Yeah, that's the best way to slice the watermelon right there. Right?
Is that a DEA agent?
Truck. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at watermelon. This DEA agent knows the best way.
I don't think that you want a DEA agent opening up your watermelon.
I mean, he's gonna test it, make sure it's the good stuff. Hey,
everybody.
So if every one of those watermelons is filled like that, how long would it take Cypress Hill to go through them?
Oh, Maron. Okay. How many watermelons? How many pounds?
So many. They haven't even opened all of them.
How many pounds?
Like, How ridiculous is that? I
Wow.
mean, this is a mistake, but I'll go into the comments on Reddit and see.
Oh, you never go into the comments.
They're so proud, like they just busted these dudes for something serious when it's just weed.
Right?
Apparently, it's in
But
Guatemala.
that is yow. Oh,
Yeah,
somebody did not get a delivery
that's
that day.
ridiculous. No,
There are a lot of
no.
unhappy
All right,
people that did not
what
get
is
their
our videos?
shipment.
Our videos top page. There's got to be boats crashing into other boats somewhere here. Whitest kids you know. Could you get less stuff if you play that? It's probably copyrighted. But anyway, how long have we been streaming?
Hard work. Oh, there's a
Like
ton of
an
hard
hour?
work went into those on those watermelons. You bet. I can't
Oh,
even
so
imagine.
many, and
Like,
you'd had to like
like
close it up with the seam,
right,
you
and like
know?
think about like scooping those out. Like somebody did that by hand because that's Guatemala. So
Oh yeah, that's Guatemala.
they don't
But
have a machine to do that.
also, is the weed coming out of Guatemala or is it coming into Guatemala? Like,
Um,
where are they sending the watermelons? You know,
I didn't know that
but
Guatemala was a hotbed for growing high quality weed. So I have a feeling that it might have
who
been
knows?
imported maybe, and then that's the packaging
Yeah,
facility. Wow, pretty interesting.
yeah. I mean, this is how they get Snoop Dogg into the Olympics. Is they just bring him a truck full of watermelon, and you know,
Well,
he's
is it
probably good.
Chong or Doug Benson or Snoop or I don't even know
Yeah, who's getting all that watermelon weed?
who's on the way up
That's who
now.
we need
Like
to. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know
Wiz
who's the young
Khalifa.
stoners.
Who knows? Um,
But Cypress Hill's a
I
good
think
one.
young stoners are just called. Yeah,
People
for sure.
like everyone.
Yeah, yeah. They're just called people,
They're just called
right?
people.
Also,
Yeah.
I want to take people back for 2 seconds to the early '90s rave scenes. If anyone remembers those days, what was the '90s like? It was apparently weird and terrible. What
Oh
were y'all
God.
doing in the '90s?
What? Why are you showing me in this video? Okay.
you're, you're in the back somewhere.
Why are you showing me in that
Like,
video? That was not cool. No, I was not in that
have you
video.
ever seen Steven Seagal running? He probably has copyright music. I'm betting. Why does
Probably.
he run weird?
DMCA, DMCA, blah,
Why
blah,
does he
blah, blah,
just?
blah, blah.
It's down.
Yeah, I know.
I
You
fixed
turn
it.
this thing
Yeah,
down. Why are we
but
watching Steven Seagal
why
running?
does he run? Why does he
Oh,
run
like,
weird?
oh.
I don't know. The internet brings me things. Reddit brings it right to my doorstep. But yeah.